So a little update on the K-Swap CB project. I ordered the hashboard mounts on December 4th. It is December 19th, so 2 weeks. In the meanwhile, while we're still waiting on that, because I need those to test fit, because that's recommended before welding on the mount, to bolt it on using the battery, one of the battery holes, and then weld it. So I decided to give you guys a little rundown on everything that you need and why you need it. Now, engine and transmission. You could use any K-series engine, only 03 to 07 5-speed transmissions out of the Accords, 03 to 07, or manual 6-speed transmissions out of 04 to 08 TSXs, because Hashboard only makes the manual transmission mounts for those transmissions. Now you need the shift linkage cables and shifter box to match whatever transmission you're using, so that's important. The support bracket, that little bracket right in the middle, that needs to be permanently removed because the engine sits low. Next, axles. Custom hashboard axles. They're $444 on their website. That's about the only place that you can get CB K-Swap axles, unless you know axle shop. Extended flexible clutch line to run from the clutch master cylinder to the slave cylinder. You also need your brake booster line extended, because obviously motors flipped around, so intakes on this side. You need a GSR throttle cable and a Carceps bracket. So you could run it straight out this way. You could, customize or modify your own and make it work, but it's like what, $40 for both, or yeah, something like that. Now, the fuel system. Every car that comes with a K-series has the fuel pressure regulator in their fuel tank. Now, we can't do that whenever we do swaps in any car, so you need a fuel pressure regulator to be mounted somewhere in the engine bay, and you need to run the lines from the fuel rail to the fuel pressure regulator back to the fuel tank. Now, radiator. You could keep your factory radiator or get a half radiator. It's up to you. If you keep the stock radiator, you can keep the fans, makes things easier. Well, when it comes to wiring, it's regardless, you're gonna have to do that. So, either way, whatever radiator you choose, you're gonna need custom radiator lines. You need to reuse the H&F coolant temperature sensor, because it doesn't, the K-series one doesn't work right with the cluster. You can get the thermostat housing from K-Tune with the space where you could just thread the temperature sensor in there, or you could splice it in somewhere along the coolant passage. Now, if you're going to keep heat on the K-series, to keep heat, the heater hose lines are bigger than on the CBs. So you could use a 5/8 inch or 16 millimeter hose and just squeeze them on there, make them tight. Your overflow must be relocated. AC and power steering. If you want AC, you need custom AC lines. If you want, you must modify cross member to fit AC compressor. So you're gonna have to mess with that whole thing to fit the AC compressor. Power steering needs custom high and low pressure lines. Power steering reservoir must be moved to right headlight. Next, intake and exhaust. Make sure engine throttle body is cable and not electronic. If it is electronic, just replace it with a cable stop. The IAT needs to be connected to the intake tubing, then that needs to be connected to the wire harness. And you need custom headers for the exhaust because nothing really, is CB not really meant to be in there, so that's why I just decided to go turbo. So I don't want to deal with all that because it's going to be a lot of money anyways. Might as well just put the money into the turbo. Now ECUs, you could get a 01 to 05 Civic Type R or a 01 to 06 Integra Type R because they're very easy to bypass the immobilizer, but they're kind of hard to find. To bypass the immobilizer, you need to ground the main relay to the chassis instead of the ECU and cut wire E7 and ground the main relay side. Or you could use a Honda K Pro. You don't need to do nothing with the immobilizer, that's what I'm going to do, but that's expensive. That's like big part of the build right there. You could get a universal chassis harness from Hybrid Racing, but then you gotta match all the wires yourself, or you could get a Rye-wire chassis harness, which is just basically plug and play. There's just about the couple, it's like I think $150 or $200 more for the Rye-wire, and you're gonna have to figure out the charge harness because obviously everything's switched around, and that should be it. I think that's all. I think I got it all down. I don't know. Like I was saying, bracket is out. You're gonna need to take. Everybody's gonna need to take that out. My K-tune parts. Engine and transmission right here. Got to clean up the transmission still. Engine's getting there. Alright guys, any questions? You guys know you can hit the comment section. I'll hit you back with anything that I've missed or any questions that you have. Alright guys, stay tuned. She's coming along.